Hello, guys. Welcome to today's episode. Thanks a lot for joining the show. It's a little bit late, but we've got to round up something very, very fast. As the title suggests, well, big idea. This is just a reaction video, and it's based on what that has just been put out right there. So, our suspicion goes a little bit about this why D wants to quit the YouTube arena right now because she said she doesn't want to even be consulted even through her own mails and all that stuff, and she just want to leave the space for a little while. But we know that she's been going and aiming towards getting the paperwork sorted out. And the latest gist that we hear, some small shenanigans, some small pieces of stories piling up, is that when the husband went to Albania, because in Albania there is a law that any Polish citizen married can also apply for an entry spousal visa from there. So we now begin to think why she's making all these stories up, that probably that was what the husband went for, and probably she's trying to be cautious, to tread the line with a little bit of, safety, so that she wouldn't have any problem with it. Because right now, when government process papers, they look through everything, and the internet does not forget. Instead, the internet expose if you are somebody that is close to the internet world and you do a lot of things with the internet. So, because of this, with every day video in and out, twice a day or three times a day video shots that she brings out, and if there has to be some sort of a control, and in any part of the social media, be it via the YouTube arena, be it through Facebook, Instagram, she is there 24/7, and this could complicate matters for her. So that is exactly what we see here. Hello, Rafara. Welcome to the chat. Thanks for joining the show. You're highly welcome. Kazan, thank you. Thanks a lot for joining the show. Well, so this is my second live right now. The other one was just silent, and that was a sort of, join and connect. So now I get to talk about this because it's something that, it's the latest in town, latest news. Though we may differ in several narrative about what is really happening, but surely everybody has a point here, because when G says something, when these guys plan something, we always try to follow them to the end, and there are lots and lots of indicators, surrounding each move that they made. So if she decides she wasn't going to be on YouTube for some time, and she wouldn't want to be looked for, nobody should look for her, then what is it about? Because this is somebody that like the limelight, that wants to see the order of the day, wants to be heard, what want people to see what she's wearing, what she's doing, my husband, my kwa, my life, and all that stuff. And suddenly, kaboom, you don't want anybody to know nothing about you. You don't want to just want to take your break just like that overnight. Hell no. Then there must be something wrong. We should be able to look at it through even the eye of a needle. We should be able to look through it. So we saw something there, interesting, something there. We also thought about, could it have been also part of it? The last video she made, putting out her feet, and the husband was sort of, when he was trying to kiss the foot, but I think the smell got him out, and got his face twisted and all that stuff. But then, why would she had even had that on her thumbnail, had him on her thumbnail, smelling her socks? That was not right. That was very, very bad. It wasn't responsible, and who knows if he ever knew that she was going to put that out there as a thumbnail. And apart from that, he has families, and they just look at it and said, "What the hell is going on here? Why should she do this? A thumbnail. This thumbnail goes around the world of YouTube." And the people also forward, even when people that are not on YouTube, they forward it to some WhatsApp groups, some social media, groups like that, friends groups like that. So with that, obviously, many people get to know a lot of things that is happening. And I see that this is exactly what she's doing. And who knows why she's doing that? She's into almost everything, pregnancy, everything. We don't know. Is it content, not contenting, or what is it? So, well, Kazan said, Vico, Dimon can't afford to be away from YouTube. She is the financier of the Polish family, and her upkeep and Europe is cheap. Plus, let's see. Okay, Europe is cheap. Plus, if she is still processing papers, plus the translation, it's expensive, yes, because the translation part of it, here they calculate by how many words, how many words in a page. They calculated it. So all these things are what that we know. And at the end of the day, each paperwork, each page, it depends on how many thousands of words. She will be paying at least 1,000 plus or more. Then after that, the official stamp too costs money too. So for her to really think of getting out of YouTube right now, then there must be something very, very serious that would make her say she wants to take a break. She does not want even her fans to consult her through posts, through her own private mails and all that. She doesn't want that. So I think there's something in the making. Probably they have resumed the, cross-checking of the application. Probably if the husband had filed it from Albania, because apart from that, I don't know how he could have just gone for Albania just to make a content. There must be something. And we know because it's all over there in the internet that this is also allowed from that perimeter. But then, why would she want to exit? Because she cannot exit the YouTube because the money she will use to finance the family will definitely come from the YouTube world. Apart from that, has she got any other line of business? No. We know that she doesn't have any other job or any other thing other than the YouTube world. That's what she lives on, and that's what she will also use to finance her stays and the family too. So, and even the journey that the husband would have made to that place too, the sleep in the hotel and all that, she will also fund for that. And that is also apart from their initial, agreement. Let's put it that way. We know, if you know, you know. So, Kazan, this is exactly my own thinking, even though sometimes she talk about pregnancy, that you have to keep things down, you don't have to say it until it happened and all that. But from the beginning, I had said it will be difficult for her to wait for that 10 years, because what we're seeing here now, to get that passport can take her 10 years. It will, because every year the years go up. Every year they add years from 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, 10. Then bureaucratic procedure too will also keep, make the whole process get longer. So, and with all that, and is it she will try to, what should I say, force the guy at least to pass on some small swimmers to her, to bring a cousin of baby M, because if she needs to wait for only this one and after this one she start all over again, a family looking for, then time would have gone, her eggs would have diminished, and man, we're women, we know about all these things. So I think she's trying to use one stone to kill three birds. So it's going to take Petro at least 360 degrees round. Is Pietro ready for that? That is what we don't know. Probably that's what he wants, or probably Well, if a cash changes hand, it's market. And because as of now, for now, this guy will know exactly how much she's making every month. So I think when something changes, and she can also say, you don't need to worry. I will take care of the baby and all that stuff, just to convince him to, to pipe down. Don't worry, I will be the one taking care of. I have my villa is yet to be finished in Africa very soon. If everything goes well, we can move in there. You can be coming in and out. I can teach you YouTube and all that. She will do a lot of convincing to rope that guy inside this baby something, because apart from that, it will be difficult. So Katan said, Vico, yes, even pregnancy cannot keep her away from YouTube. In fact, she would want to be present to cash on the story. Obviously, it's a big story. It's a big story. Pietro being sick, she had to continue chopping firewood and feed chicken. DM is stressed. I think so. Hello, Angela. Welcome to the house. Thanks for joining the show. Thanks a lot. I think she is, she's under stress because it's difficult to hang inside that small a room, like a cabin, an abandoned place. And they just partition somewhere, partition the parlor, not just, not even the parlor. The kitchen is a parlor too, it's like an open kitchen with a one couch there. Then the bedroom on this side with the wooden wall there, they just partition. So I think the greater part of the building, it's not warm enough and all that, because you can see her even inside. Most times she's wearing the winter, warm clothing, sweater, and all that stuff. So for her to, subject herself into that condition, because I really keep wondering, I said, this is a complete another junkyard, just like the Argentinian junkyard. And I don't know why they go importing poor Mozungus from junkyards to import to their village. And by all standard now, their village will even look better than these junkyards that they go picking all these poor muzungus. I don't understand why a human being will want to do that. So Angela said, well, wish her and the baby the best. We wish her and the baby the best if she with child. However, it doesn't change her wicked ways. Obviously, of course, that is the thing. Even when she, the baby comes, it doesn't change anything, but I think she will want to use every aspect of it to cash in, because for her, it's like copycat. She wants to copy Miss Trudy. She wants to copy everybody that she feels is doing better. She wants to just keep copying, copying. And she had seen how many viewers that Miss Trudy had when they announced this pregnancy. She saw that, and for her to, she started drumming about it, whether she's still in the preparatory aspect of it or she's in consultation with a gynecologist. But we don't know, because Piotr is very young. So he's a swimmer, supposed to be very, very fast swimmer, supposed to have good swimmers to be able to take her to that level. Except she has her own problem herself. Yes, she's older than Piotr. But this guy is very young with all the best swimmers. He has this, his swimmers will be flying rocket. So he can germinate anywhere, can germinate even a woman of 50. So, and if she doesn't get it right this time, then it's her fault, because this is her time to get it right, needs to get it right. You cannot get it right. Is she going to wait when she get the passport before she start looking for a fresh and a new partner again, to start all over again? It will be difficult. Hello, Susan Ayuma. Welcome to the show. Thank you, Susan. Thank you, Susan. So, well, let me just add you a standard moderator in case if you're a content creator, so you can help yourself out. So we see a lot of what should I say here? It's a very confused human being, but She forgets that she's dealing with intelligent reactors, people much, much more experienced than her, well traveled than her. We've seen the world all over before we decided to calm down. So when we see something, sometimes I wake up when I see something like this. I just laughed and I said, wow, welcome. Let's welcome her to Europe. This is her own Europe before she used to abuse people. All those people in the chat, they're from Europe. They don't even have what to do. They're all doing a dirty job, cleaning job. They're all squeezing in one small room. That's what she used to say because I used to listen to some of her, or some of her, what should I say? Ranting. But today, everybody can see the room she's sleeping. And because I don't know why she's showing all those places. She's not even supposed to even show up to where she's sleeping. If you could show that small corner in the kitchen, that was well enough. But this one, we saw all the partitioning. So this would have been a very big and open space that she partitioned just to get the bedroom out. And they just put the bed there. And I think even the wardrobe, she would have bought it too. And the bed was new. We knew that she bought the bed too. And I mean, a difficult life to see whether somebody can really bring herself out from where she was enjoying from their villa. Even the parents' house are much, much better. Just to come and hang in this shed is a shed. It's a shed, and probably it's even rental. They rented it out from the people and claim it's an uncle. Probably she rented it just to be able to use it for the paperwork. Well, I'm praying she should be able to, get things straight so that she can go home if she chooses to go home with him, maybe. Because if not, man, hanging out there, then with the baby coming, if the baby is really coming, if she even has an access to that, to the husband's swimmers. Let's put it swimmers. Let's call it swimmers. I hope you guys understand what I mean. I don't, I don't want to really talk too much here. So I think that's where the problem is. That's where the problem is. That's where the problem is. But other than that, I do not see why she really, really want to quit. It's got to do with the paperwork, and it's got to do with trying to, probably get her to slow down with some of the content she's making because there are also loads of people watching her. There are loads of people too commenting, doubting their relationship. So, and all this, if they have to run a check, once you put that name, it comes out whether through her own people or through the intelligent reactors and all that. Everything comes out. So even if she wants to slow down now, it is too late because everything is already out in the internet. Everybody talks about it. Everybody sees exactly what they're doing. Everybody, see everything, and they try to match it with reality. And most times, it's because of her suggestive nature to the husband. Won't you do this, honey? Won't you? Or people are also making this suggestive question: how come he doesn't kiss her? How come, unless she asks him to do this, then he does it? How come it's like she's the one directing him, directing, do this, do that, do this, do that. So people are just there, airing their own view from what they see. So if there has to be control, the people controlling, they have been controlling all these cases like this for a long time. Obviously, they know where to pick and they know what that is not really going well. They can pick up something from any of our content and you see the guy standing like a robot. It is even now because people are even complaining. Why is it like that? Why is it not? It's not free. It's not taking the initiative as a man or as a husband to kiss her. And before he started now acting a little bit normal, but you can still see that it's not completely out of his own free will. It's all directed and controlled by the mon. So all that is seen, and I think if there's a real cross checking examination, about this something. I think even the immigration can even see that. It's nothing that somebody has to talk about. I mean, when you see movement, you see people, and you know what it is. Though it has improved a little bit now, a little bit. Just say it has improved a little bit right now than before, because before it was like a bionic man just standing, and she's asking, and it's just standing, and you see the face. So I think because it's difficult to fake in life. So for the guy to really change and get used to, get adapted to this position in which this woman has really, really tried to get him to act, it's difficult. It will take time for him to adjust. It's not part of him. It's not part of him. It's not real. It's almost like a fiction, and it's almost like we are in a theater, a gigantic theater, watching a show being directed by Demon with a principal actor, and you also have the audience. So we serve as the audience and as the witnesses to this whole saga. So this is exactly what I see here. But I just hope that, well, we pray she succeed. What else can we say? Let her succeed. But and let her also learn to also respect the people, and not try to take people for granted, because we have seen it all and we know exactly what it is. So, well, Kazan said, Vico, we have heard viral stories about tears and mental journey. It's not easy. And I need patience and perseverance. Yes, that's true. That's true. Because situation like this gets, people really, really psychologically distracted from reality, detached from reality. Because most things, most times when you see a situation like this, like, I mean, I can't imagine going to hang in that kind of a village, and every day coming out to break the wood, use the is it machete or what, to break the wood, to hack the wood, and they come in to give dog food. Even when they jump on her, sometimes she doesn't like, you can see her face. She doesn't like, but it's like, I'm just enduring this because of this, because of what I'm looking for. So it becomes a little bit, I don't know what to say, shameful, because when each time I look at it, I feel really uncomfortable to even, make a content out of it, because already we know all these things. We know all these things. We see it. This is winter. It's very cold this very year. And you can imagine being in that place. It's possible that house, maybe they use firewood to warm it up a little bit, and you are in the bed 24/7 just because of paper. And already you've been flying for 70 countries as you claim. And so, what is it about this paper? What is it about this paper? You can easily get your visa everywhere. Well, I don't believe it's only the paper. Probably a white baby and all that stuff. But is this guy ready for it? Or maybe she's going to get him to do it, to give her the swimmer. She's going to try everything, to win him to do that. I don't know, but she's going to do everything, because without that, if she has to wait to get the Bali before she start that process again, the time goes. And if she goes outside to do it, the guy might not want to recognize the child. And if he doesn't do that, officially has to do that through the local government. And if you don't do that, then the baby is from another man. You go and register there, and you are married. How will it sound like? It sounds a little bit. So there are a lot of odds there for her, a lot of hurdles for her to cross over, and she needs to really think how to navigate her way out of the whole situation. And another thing too, I wish she would be intelligent enough, while applying for the papers, at least let her add her daughter's name. Her daughter's name needs to be there, because that will help the daughter by the time she's having her own passport, at least the daughter too will also be part of it, will be entitled to it. So that's the only thing that she really needs to do instead of hiding that child. Because at the end of the day, if she hides that child, she complete all her paperwork and she never make mention of the child, then the child will be left out. So this is one thing she really, really need to take into consideration, because there's always some columns there left. They do have children, and you write yes, you have how many. You can write one or two. If you want to take Winnie's own inside there too, she can also do that. So, but it's an opportunity that she shouldn't miss. So that's all I see there. So, Kazan Vico, question is how come all this time DM and Pedro could not go freely to town, walk, or meet Pedro's friends? Plus, DM being a YouTuber, how come they never taught Poland historic places? Yes, you get the thing. Exactly. That has been my thought as well. I said, because if it was real, at least they're supposed to go out in the evening with Petro's friends and their girlfriends too. They sit down in the bars weekend, they drink. They could have done that easily. But it's just between her and Petro's family, mother and brother and the sister. And that's all, not an outsider. That is why I said I think that house could also be a rented house just for them to use for the paper. It might not have been the father the first day they arrived there. Hey, that's the mother, that's my father-in-law, and that man. We never saw that man again. I think the next time we saw somebody close to that was when the man came to help them kill the chicken. And she said, oh, it's Pietro's uncle, it's Pietro's uncle. But I remember it looked like that man, though that man had a cap, had a face cap or so. So it could have been that same man. So what we're seeing here, there's a lot of, no matter how she hide it, these are things that does not really, take time to be uncovered. No friend at all of Pietro. No friend at all. How can that be possible? A young boy like that. Normally you go out with your friends like weekends to drink with your girlfriend, with their girlfriends. So everybody with their girlfriend. Hey, let's go for a drink. Hey, we meet in this bar. And they meet and they sit down, they drink and they eat and they go, but nothing like that. Just 24/7 inside there. She's gonna get sick. She's going to run what should I say, inside there, man. It's not easy. Depression will soon kick in, no matter how much she tried to pressurize Pietro, because now if she has to stop making videos right now, perhaps so Pietro said, hey, enough is enough, let's rest first. Or let's finish this paperwork, because there could be some sort of control. But even if control on her paper, on her YouTube channel, the damage has already been done, because anytime you press that name, everything will come out, whether things of last year or this year. Jam Turtle will come out. If you said, oh, have you ever had any a criminal case? He said, no. Have you ever been convicted? Jam Turtle case, she was convicted, even though she didn't go to prison, but she was asked to pay fine. So that fine signifies that you were convicted. It's only when you are convicted and either you pay fine as one of the measure to be free, and a warning. So that's what I see there. So Kazan said, Vico, very true. The M was in hiding. Yes, she's been hiding. Is really hiding in that village. It's really very. I can't imagine myself hiding in that village, because you are the only black person there. You don't even hear the language. If something were to happen, who will you shout? How do you shout for help? Who do you call for help? They won't even come out. They will not even come out, because it's like they see an alien. She's just there like an alien, alone by herself. All because of what? Why didn't they do it? She could have taken the residency from the mother's house. At least from his mother's house. This boy supposed to have a room there. Supposed to have a room with the mother. So they could have also, the mother could have signed. If he doesn't have a job, the mother could have signed for him. So what we see there, there's quite a lot going on there. There's quite a lot going on there. So Vico, yes, she will have to declare whether she has had any criminal case. Yes, Jamto is one. Yes, yes. There's always a that question in most of all these forms. Even when you go for visa and all that, they always ask, have you ever been convicted? Have you ever had any criminal case? Or have you ever been convicted? So maybe for the visa on, she will go free, but this one for citizenship, she will not go free because after that, they will need police clearance reports. So I do not know how Nairobi works, whether they can influence that, but sometimes when they do that too, I know most of these countries, even like Britain now, they'll send somebody to your village now. They'll send somebody to your village to ask questions. They have their own lawyers working for the embassy through their own embassy. They will go around to check. So now it's even getting much more serious. So, but I do not know whether in Kenya that is also done. But I know that they do it right now in most of all these countries when you're applying for this, like spousal visa and all that, they have their own lawyers directly being paid by the embassy, but you will have to pay the embassy for it. But they work directly through for the embassy and then go out to make all the findings and they'll give it to the embassy. But the person applying, the applicant will pay for it. So that's what I see here. So, Gracia Griffiths, welcome to the house. Thank you for joining the show. Thank you. This is just a late night on. What I did before was I did just a small live join and connect. Then I said, okay, let me have this one at least. Let me air my view, what my views are, what I think, and what you guys think too. Then we can also share it together. So it was completely about this, you know quitting YouTube for now a little bit. I think it's just to safeguard herself from more embarrassment, probably for just the paperwork. They're working on it and all that stuff. Hello, Yap. Welcome, Jap. Thanks a lot. Thanks for joining the show. So what we see here, it's either through the Albanian connection, because if you Google, just Google Polish spousal visa from Albania. So everything is spelled out there, and you will see. So that's why when Piotr was found to have gone to that place, one will really wonder why didn't he travel to other places? Why Albanian? So with the Google research, well, it showed everything. So and that's why allegedly we think that could have been their only solution, because initially she was saying, oh, she has to go back to Kenya to add her husband's name, which was not true. It wasn't true. So now we see everything. Angela, yes, welcome, Angela. Thank you, Angela. Yes, I think you've been here since. Yeah, Angela has been here since. Okay. So, on that note, if we have to take out going back to Kenya for the visa, then now suddenly they discovered, oh, from Poland it is possible, and from Albania it's possible, and the husband went to Albania and tried to do content from there too, a cover up. But then, how can you deceive a whole intelligent reactors, you know, intelligent keyboard reactors group? How can they think he can fool everybody? He cannot fool everybody. Even most of her own subscribers will know that too. I think because she doesn't want to be asked questions. That's why she said she doesn't want them to contact her through mails and all that stuff. So she just wants to keep all of them at bay so that there wouldn't be more confusion, because everything that is being sent, probably everything that is being sent through her own posts, her own mail section, if there's control about this while trying to issue her a paper, then they can easily see that. So probably that's why she's trying to cut that side off completely to be able to concentrate, but it is too late. So many reactions. Just type that name, you get it. It's just like typing a Polish spousal visa from Albania, and you get everything right there. You get everything right there. So I think they discovered that route after thinking about going back to Kenya. It's even a good thing for her, because if she were to go back to Kenya to wait for Pietro can run, eh? He might not show up. And it depends if he had his own money enough. So that's what I say. So Vico, Kazan said, true, Albania is a non-EU country, a perfect country for exit and re-entry. The other option was Kenya. Albania was the easiest, and the processing is fast for a Polish citizen, Petro. Yes, that's exactly what had happened there. So I think that's why they decided to take that route, because it's about the easiest, the fastest, and I think in Albania, when small money changes and everything changes. That's exactly what it is. Edoyaka, welcome to the house. How are you? Thanks for joining. The Mwango is not an Albanian citizen. Yes, she's not. Your Google search about Albania was talking about Albanian spouse, not for the Mwango. Well, I don't think it was for Albanian spouse. It was for a Polish spouse that you can get it there. So if you check it out again, Edoyaka, I had checked it and I had asked many questions, and Google too had explained it. So any Polish person, you can go to their own embassy and apply for it. You want your spouse to join from there. So that's why that guy was there. So research again and you see what I mean. So Gracia Griffiths is D in Poland illegally or illegal, because she was there on a limited basis on a travel visa, so she knows she should, of course, return to Kenya. Yes, because what happened there, if it was a 3-month visa that she used through Spain, I think by now the visa would have expired probably shortly after the marriage. Probably shortly after the marriage. That is, if it was a 3-month visa. Or could it have been a 6-month visa? I don't think so. I know European visas is 3 months. They normally give first. 3 months, 3 months, 3 months, 3 months. So only maybe like a business person, you've always been there and all that in and out, maybe they can give you 2 years. But that 2 years, even the 2 years they will give you is, I think the least you can stay, the longest you can stay is 3 months. After that, you have to go and come back. You cannot stay throughout for the 2 years. So all these rules are there. So, and it's possible she's there illegally right now, just waiting to be able to, get this sorted out. Probably they have an immigration lawyer guiding them. I think so. But Edoyaka, so it's happening there. It's happening there. It's happening there. It's the latest route. When you see situation like this, you ask questions and you try to really find out. So, and Kazan said, Edoyaka Petro is a Polish citizen and has a right to apply for spouse visa in Albania. Yes, that's true. That's true. And Gracia, the Schengen visa expired. I think so. I think so. The paper would have expired. It's 3 months. Normally, it's 3 months they give. They give 3 months. It's not that she's a serious a business person in Europe to have gotten something more than that. So, but I think that's what she's waiting for. She's getting nervous now if she wants to get out of this, and probably maybe the family of Pietro advise her, stop talking. You're talking too much. Let's see if you can pull through this situation, and that's what she's doing right now, because obviously she will need the YouTube money to sustain the guy and the family. She will really really need it. That's what I see here. So Gracia, Kazan said, Gracia, by virtue of marriage, DM could not extend her visa in Poland. She had to get her expired visa sorted, then re-enter Poland. Yes, the problem there is that even if she were to go back now to Kenya to sort that out, Pietro need a job. Will need a job from Kenya. It will be very, very difficult. He needs a job, a fixed contract job, and tax return at least for 1 year that he's been on that job. Tax return at least to prove something, because before you can get contract for a job, obviously, if a permanent contract, you would have worked at least not less than 6 months or 1 year before any company in Europe will issue you a contract, a fixed contract for the job. And this guy doesn't have it. It doesn't have it. And then in alternative too, some countries, I understand, if the parents of this young man are rich, they have a decent job, and they want to sign for him to bring his spouse. That was also possible in those days. But right now, I don't know. I don't know. But I don't know how much the parents will be making to be able to sign for him. Well, to bring a spouse. So Albania is about the only solid, you know, the only solid solution right now on ground. The only solid solution is that Albania, but then she has to sit tight and stop all this in the internet, so that it can make it easier for her, because when she confused things, and people are writing too that it's a sham marriage. So, and the people will start wondering what the hell is happening, how come, and why not here, why here, why not back to your place? Because it's better not to have anything to have a doubt in the first place, than once there's something to ignite a doubt about a paperwork, then one person can say yes, the other one can say no. Have you looked at this? No. Okay, let's find out first. Then from there, everything will start unfolding, because they all want to dig it to the end. But anyway, but a place like that is a small place, as I said. I think when small money changes hand, maybe they have a good immigration lawyer, well, the ground can be, cleared. That's what I see, Douglas Griffiths. All I know is that the husband can do it or produce some of the information, but the has to present her paperwork herself to the appropriate authorities. Yes, that's true. That's true. The husband will do that. In from Albania, she is going to be able to do that. So it's just for her to, arrange herself, and they sort that out. And I don't know, but since she's right here, hiding in the junkyard, let her hide there. But then that junkyard that she make video every day with her phone there, she's using there with internet, everything. If they want to find out location where she is, it's very easy now. This is Europe, eh? We're not talking about we're not talking about Kenya. So Gracia Griffith said, Kazan, you're right. They can't just marry and stay. What a foolish girl they is. Okay, so Gracia said, Kazan said, Gracia, as per website, JM was supposed to be out of Albania and apply through Albanian e-visa application online. And that is probably why Pedro followed up in Albania to speed up the process. Yes, that's what the website said. That when one person is there to speed up too, that can also help too. And can also be applied via online. So I think he went there so that they can get the whole thing speed up. Well, poor guy. Well, for whatever money he's making, he's working for it. I think he will get interest on it. He will get interest on it anyway. So Kazan said, Gracia, the same as those who get married in home country like Kenya, the spouse has to wait for the processing of the spouse visa in the embassy by their foreign partner. Yeah, that's exactly. There's a lot of complications sometimes. It's like if you don't know what to do. But I think these people probably they because it looks like probably this idea of Albanian wasn't even on the table. That was why she thought about Kenya in the first place. So at the end of the day, I think they weighed all option, or some people would have given her the idea that you guys can also easily get this thing done through Albania or through research, through the internet, online research. They could have found out exactly what we have found out now. And the guy goes there, they apply first, and they go there, and he goes there to sort it out, and that's it. So, Greta Griffith said the best thing for Jeep to do is lay low, stay indoors, and don't make herself behave impossible. Yeah, that's what I think. That's what she could have done. She could have quietly maintained her, keep space, maintain her space, and instead of making noise all over. Because nowadays, everything goes online. All the embassies, even visas, you go drop your passport for visa, even in Africa, in any embassy. With the information you give, they will Google your name, Facebook, Instagram, everything. They will Google it, and everything will come out. Everything will come out. Even that are onto that jammed or something, it was in the newspapers, isn't it? It will still show. When they ask, have you ever had any legal problem in your country? Or have you ever been convicted? And he said no. And when they put the name, it will come out. It will come out. So that's what she doesn't know. So the noise she's making, she's just, she's just getting herself, giving herself a lot of problem because not even this. This is the first paper they'll issue her. That is spousal visa. Then with that visa now, she can now use it now to apply for the residency. But after the residency, the passport something citizenship is still coming, eh? So that one too. And every year they ask for more things. That one is still coming. That one will take time. And she doesn't know how that one will go. So if she were to really, really be clever, if she were to be an intelligent person, she would have lie low, not insulting people. In fact, she would have been doing her thing. Nobody would have even known that she was there for this paper. She wouldn't even have mentioned it at all. But when she started with American passport is a Polish passport is stronger than American passport. Polish passport in the world. American passport is number 4. Polish passport is number 1. She was making comparison, laughing and laughing and laughing. But anyway, we wish that she succeed. We wish her good. What can we say? We want her to succeed. We want her to succeed. So and even if she decide to, if the small swimmer of Pietro will work for her to bring that Mitoto's cousin for her, we'll also be happy for her as a woman because apart from that, if she has to wait for 7 years or 10 years first to get the quality, that time she's over 40, her eggs will be diminishing. Then she will start thinking of IVF. Ah, my God. We really, really wish her luck. Well, guys, not much today. I just wanted to get this out and thank you guys. I appreciate it for joining me. And Kazan, it's been a pleasure. You've always been here for me. Gracia Griffiths, I love you too. And Angela, Jab was here too. Edoyaka, thanks a lot for sharing your opinion too. You're highly welcome, Gracia Griffiths, Angela. Yeah, thanks a lot. Appreciated. Appreciated. The general was here too. And well, let's see. Yes, so Gracia Griffiths Z has nowhere to hide when it comes to immigration. When wanting information on you, they go through with a fine tooth comb. Obviously, she doesn't know where she is. She doesn't know that things have changed now. She doesn't know. And this is Europe that we know. from our fingertips. Every year, the law changes depending on which government is in power. And they do that because during their campaign, obviously, they had things that they had planned to give to their people. So they follow that. They follow that. So that's what she doesn't know better. Let's wish her luck. Let's wish her she succeed. So thank you guys. So I'll be signing out now. And wow, local time here is 14 minutes after midnight. So we see you again in the next tomorrow. Good night, guys. Sleep well. Bye bye. Love you guys. Vico, my God's feeling tell me that the M's expression to conceive is because someone has told her she can pursue the citizenship with the kid without Pietro and get protection from the government. Yes, it's possible too, but I don't know whether in Poland, I don't know how far that is possible in Poland. I don't know. But Pietro got money to even if she tomorrow asks for child support, because even Pietro doesn't want, she also have the right to ask Pietro for child support. So I think she's really putting Yap in a very bad, Pietro in a very bad position, you know. But it's like for Pietro, well, I have put my hand inside already. I have to finish it. But the extra she'll be asking Pietro, we don't know whether Pietro will be ready to give her that. And that is the baby. We don't know. Because with that baby, Pietro knows that he will be put in a tight position for the rest of his life. So, well, on that note, let's say bye bye. Thank you guys. We'll see you again. Thanks. Bye, guys.